Sean McVay hints at potentially making the first in-season trade for the Rams since that 2021 season. Hard to believe, right? That trade, of course, being Von Miller that helped us, of course, go out and win the Super Bowl. Sean McVay had his press conference today, the day after the Rams and 49ers played on Thursday Night Football, and Stu Jackson asked whether Sean McVay is content with the cornerback room right now or if they are looking to add at that position. And Sean McVay hinted at the fact that the Rams may be looking outside of the building to add at that position. Being that the cornerback well in free agency is pretty dry right now and the Rams have already poached from that with Trey Brown, I believe that they are looking at a trade in this direction. So in this video, I will share with you guys the exact quote from Sean McVay and the clip from him talking about this cornerback room himself. I'll discuss with you guys some potential trade targets for the Rams at this point in the season. I'll talk about how do we even get here. We went from not even addressing the cornerback room at all in the offseason other than bringing back Ahkello Witherspoon to the fact that now we're kind of looking around and hoping that we can find something via the trade market. And if the Rams don't find a trade target, if they'd be able to ride out with the cornerbacks that they have right now until Witherspoon comes back in December, or would that be too risky?
And then understanding, constraints like cap space and roster spots and all those things. Just how content are you with the current group of corners that you have, and are you looking to still add to that group potentially, even with signing Trey Brown recently?
Yeah, I think we're going to look into those things. I mean, we always want to try to be able to improve.
Okay, guys, you can see from that quote from Sean McVay that it does feel like he's kind of leaning towards the direction at them making a move at the cornerback position. And I just have a feeling that this is the season that the Rams will not be afraid at making any kind of acquisition that they need to go and win the Super Bowl. Their roster is pretty dang close to complete, and I think the cornerback room is one that you can look at definitely a position that needs upgrading. As far as potential trade targets, it's really hard to pinpoint one at this moment. It's only week 5 in the NFL season. So I look to teams that are struggling with big cornerbacks on there that the Rams could maybe add. I don't know how realistic these ones are. I think it just depends on how much the Rams really want to go after a cornerback like this. We have a Denzel Ward on the Browns, who the Browns are obviously not going in the right direction. Denzel Ward has a couple more years on that contract. It's a pretty big contract, but that is an option. Got L'Jarius Sneed from the Titans. Titans are not going in the right direction. I'm sure you guys saw that quote from Cam Ward. So he's a potential guy that the Rams could go after. Good veteran experience, a very decent corner in this league. I've seen JC Horn tossed out there. I don't know if the Rams would go after him because he's like the highest paid cornerback right now, and the Panthers really would want a lot for him for the Rams to be able to go out and get him. I don't know why, guys. I understand division trades don't happen that much. They're very uncommon. You don't want to really help out your division, but I really see Tariq Woolen coming to the Rams from the Seahawks. I don't know why. I just get that vibe. Take that with a grain of salt. There's no stats to back it up. Tariq Woolen, great long corner, very fast corner, kind of compares similarly to Ahkello Witherspoon. Had a great first couple years in the league, has kind of fallen out of favor with the Seahawks coaching staff, and is even looking at potentially getting benched by the Seahawks now. And the Seahawks have really good depth at corner, so I don't know why I just feel like the Rams might make a move at cornerback with Tariq Woolen. Who knows though? All these are just potential options. Either way, I feel like the Rams are trending towards making a move given the McVay comments. But how do we go from a position where the Rams didn't invest a single bit into the cornerback room in the offseason other than bringing back Ahkello Witherspoon to now maybe kind of panicking about where they are and trying to find a trade partner? Well, I don't think you can talk about this cornerback room and the struggles they've had without mentioning the loss of Ahkello Witherspoon with a broken clavicle against the Titans. Ahkello Witherspoon is one of the more underrated cornerbacks in the league and was really the Rams' true shutdown corner that they had. A guy with a lot of experience, good length, good size, and a really good communicator. And I think he was a guy that was really able to help guys like Kobe Durant and like Emmanuel Forbes to be able to play in their natural positions a little bit more at like 2 and 3, to where they could be a little bit more ball hockey and take some risks rather than being the shutdown guys that they are now. And you also lost with Ahkello Witherspoon being injured the length that he provided there. I think you see the Rams have struggled a lot with the bigger body receivers like AJ Brown, with an AD Mitchell, with even a guy like Kendrick Bourne on Thursday Night Football. Like, what was that? He looked like a Hall of Fame receiver that night. So Witherspoon's loss definitely did hurt this Rams team, and it is very unfortunate. And the fact he's not going to be back until around December, that leaves a lot of us wondering if they could even make it to the point of getting to December with enough wins to be able to have enough hopes for the playoffs. I personally do think that the Rams could hypothetically make it to December when Ahkello Witherspoon comes back with the cornerbacks that they have right now, if no more injuries happen in that room. I think a big reason the Rams didn't invest into the cornerback room this offseason was the fact, obviously, that they brought back Ahkello Witherspoon. They were banking on the fact he'd stay healthy. Obviously, he didn't. That didn't work out. But on top of that, the strength of this Rams defense is no doubt about it, the pass rush. They have one of the best pass rushes in the NFL. Those guys are absolute killers, and I think the Rams came into the season expecting the fact that this offense for the Rams was put up 30 plus points a game when you have a future Hall of Famer in Devontae Adams, future Hall of Famer in Matthew Stafford. You got the best wide receiver in football in Puka Nacua. You got Kyron Williams. You got Sean McVay calling the plays. You've invested so much into this offense to the fact where you should realistically expect to put up 30 points a game. And then at that point, you can let your pass rush, the strength of your defense, really begin to dominate, take over, and create those takeaway opportunities for the cornerbacks where they're not as much in the spotlight as they are now. The Rams offense this season has had a lot of good flashes and their passing game has looked really good, but they've also had their fair share of miscues. You talk about the fumbles, obviously we saw on Thursday night. You talk about red zone inefficiency. You talk about getting yourself in third and long scenarios a lot of the times before that 49ers game. You talk about the miscommunications between Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams. In the midst of this, the Rams offense is still producing really well, still creating good plays, but there's a lot of points that have been left on the field, and that's putting pressure on your defense with a cornerback room that is a lot weaker without Killer Witherspoon, and with a defense that can't really play with your offense, just putting up points and putting pressure and making the other offenses that the Rams defense is playing more predictable and understanding that they're going to have to be playing keep up and continue to pass the football. So it's a whole compounding thing, I think, with the Rams here. Now we're at the point where it feels like they are about to make a trade for a corner. I just have a strong feeling that they're going to make a move, whether it be this week, whether it be 3 weeks down the line right before the trade deadline. I believe a move is going to happen. I also think that the Rams could just ride with what they have right now until December when Akello comes back, but that is a gamble because you're going to have to count on guys to be able to stay healthy, and you're going to have to count on your offense to be able to fix the things that have not really been working. Some of the miscues, I should say, because their offense has been looking good, but the miscues have just kind of held a lot of points off of the board. I don't know. It would be at your own risk if you would want to wait with the cornerback room that you have right now. Not a lot of great depth there at this position. You got safeties that can play that cornerback position, but I think it's in the best interest for the Rams to try to find a trade target. Who knows what that is? Let me know what you think down in the comments below who that could be. Thank you guys for spending part of your day with me today. If you guys could subscribe and hit the like button, I make Rams content all the time. As for me though, I'm Rams House. Horns up and God bless.